Hey everybody, welcome to the first installment of what is going to be called Odds and Ends. Thank you for the suggestion. It was a very cool suggestion. I can't find out who suggested it because for some reason I can't find that comment, but it was a great suggestion. And I even did a straw poll vote on Twitter, and it won with overwhelming odds. So Odds and Ends it is. And you should see these updates, I would say, semi-regularly. I don't even know if that's like a real thing. That's kind of... They kind of contradict each other, don't they? These updates are going to be informal, obviously, and I'll be going through sometimes a lot of things, maybe sometimes not so many things. Sometimes I might rant, sometimes I might not, sometimes I might go off on a tangent that doesn't have anything to do with what I intended to tell you, and sometimes it will be very direct. I don't know. I'm just going to kind of go with it, and it's just a way for me to keep you guys updated on a few things that are happening. So should I start off with good news or bad news? I'm going to start off with bad news. I don't like starting off with bad news, but I'm going to. I'm canceling Lords of the Fallen. I just can't do it anymore. I'm sorry. I like some of the game, but sometimes I'm just like, oh, it's frustrating, and the story is like really it's just not doing it for me. And I think it's just because there's so many other games that I'm enjoying more right now. I'm not saying Lords of the Fallen is a bad game. Don't get me wrong. It's just that I can't enjoy it right now. I did change the class, and I tried to get back into it. I did a few videos since the last time I said I was going to continue it, and unfortunately, I just can't do it anymore. It's like my time with it is over, and I have to cut it. And I feel disingenuous when I'm playing it and I'm not really enjoying it, because you know, I just want to do things I enjoy, and I think that reflects in the videos. So Lords of the Fallen is going to be done, which is nice for me because it kind of takes a little bit of stress off my plate. If you guys don't know, which certain a lot of you guys, well, certain that you guys obviously don't know this, but YouTube is not my full-time job. So I have like an actual job outside of YouTube that is pretty demanding, would be the way I would describe it. I have a lot of responsibilities, and I'm responsible for a lot of people, and I take a lot of pride in that job. YouTube started off as a hobby, and it's grown into like this fantastic world, and you know, eventually YouTube could become a full-time thing. It's possible. But if I can do both, then I will continue to do both, because I enjoy my my job outside of YouTube as well. But being that I have a job outside of YouTube, and I also have a family, I have a wife, I have a dog, I have friends and relationships I need to, you know, invest in to develop my life outside of the computer. That sounds really weird when you put it that way. But being that I have that stuff, sometimes time is a bit of a constraint for me. So I've been going crazy with videos. I obviously slowed down on XCOM and Wasteland. Those are going to more of a couple days a week, or I should say a few days a week type of release. But Lords of the Fallen was just going to kind of be whenever. But I'm to the point now where I'm like, I don't have that urge to go back to it. So it frees me up a little bit of extra time that I can do other things. So hope you guys understand that. I am really enjoying Dragon Age Inquisition. And I know that you guys probably know this, like, YouTube secret. It's the worst. It's not even a secret. It's not even a thing. I'm making it bigger than it's meant to be. But a lot of YouTube people that play games will record way far in advance, and then they'll just kind of upload videos so you have that... So you have regular updates, but sometimes the way I play, I like to like incorporate a lot of comments that people leave and things like that. So on Dragon Age Inquisition, up to this point, I've been recording just one chunk every day. And I'll sit down and I'll read through all the comments, and then I'll go and I'll play a chunk, and then next day repeat. And I'm actually really enjoying that. I come home and I get a chance to sit down and unwind and play a little bit of Dragon Age. And then, yeah, it's nice for me, and I think it's cool to really incorporate and take advice from people that are being really, actually quite nice on the Dragon Age Inquisition videos. I made a comment in a recent video talking about how nice people have been on there, and it's not that people on other series aren't nice. It's just I've noticed it more on Dragon Age Inquisitions. It's pretty cool. So I've been really enjoying that. I mentioned in one of the videos early on that if you were also playing Dragon Age, that you should send me like a screenshot of your Inquisitor on Twitter, and man, I've seen some pretty interesting ones. There's one that stands out. He looks like he's straight out of Red Dead Redemption. I want to say his name is, I can't remember what the name is, and I'll say it wrong, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, they're pretty funny. So if you guys want to keep sending me your Inquisitors, I really like that, and I just retweet them out to everybody. It's quite interesting to see the different types of characters people are creating. In terms of, there's one thing that I don't like about Inquisition. One thing, and it's very specific, but it's when you're actually in combat and you're targeting different people. Like, I'm using a keyboard and mouse, and so I know I can kind of tab through the people that I'm targeting now, and that's been better. But I also think that I'm supposed to kind of click on them to target them, to start it that way. So I kind of have this weird, like, control scheme in my mind that I don't think is translating to the keyboard and mouse directly. Whereas I think with a controller, I would probably feel more comfortable in the combat scenarios. But I'm handling it pretty well. I don't use the tactical combat as much as I could, but combat up to this point has either been pretty easy, I would say, or drastically difficult, and they just kill me instantly. And I think that's just the level disparity between my party and some of the areas that I've went to prematurely. So I am really liking it. I'm in this section now. I won't spoil anything in case you're not watching and you're just playing it on your own and you don't want it spoiled. But I'm in this section now where things are really picking up, and there's like, the main story is kind of, it's really interesting, and things are happening that I didn't really expect to be happening in a Dragon Age game. So yeah, really enjoying that. Pretty cool stuff. I'm also, I'm still playing Wasteland. Wasteland is one of those games that I'll record a big chunk in advance and then release semi-regularly. But I love that game. I think about it more than you would think that I would think about it, if that makes sense. It's, the story's really engaging. Like, I kind of want to know what's going on. And I'm also, like, I really enjoy the combat in Wasteland 2, as simple as it is, right? Maybe it's because it's kind of XCOM-y-ish. But, yeah, it's cool, and I'm looking forward to see where they take that. There's some really interesting ways to solve some problems, like, even by accident. There was this recent situation I ran into, and the way that we solved it, it was more of like a techie kind of thing, and I hacked into a computer to deal with this thing and turn off this Wi-Fi, and that impacted something else. And it was totally by accident, but it was super cool. And I was like, man, I wish I actually would have thought about, like, why I was doing it before I did it, so I would have felt, like, smarter. But, you know, it is what it is. I'm just enjoying that game quite a bit. XCOM's cool. I still dig XCOM a lot. I am kind of feeling, like, the time pressure to, because I have all these series going on, I feel like XCOM is not getting the attention it totally deserves. But I think people are cool with it. Like, people have been around watching XCOM on my channel for enough time to understand that I'm passionate about XCOM. Like, I really just like the game. Like, I'm not an expert by any means, but just because the number of times I've played it, I think I can handle things okay. Long War has certainly been a breath of fresh air, and they continue to develop it, and some of the ideas that they have for Long War are, like, absolutely insane and, like, totally cool. The next big Long War update is going to be around instead of, like, picking a continent to start, you're going to pick one country. And each country has its own type of bonus. So if you don't know about XCOM, when you pick a starting location, you get a certain bonus that impacts really your whole game, right? And now they're going to do that specific to the certain countries. So you can have so many different starts, and I think it'll open up the game dramatically. The most recent addition that I really liked was the different spawn points on the map, so you could just drop in, like, anywhere. And it gives you a whole new perspective. Like, it's super smart, super cool. And they're also now doing new voiceovers. So they're adding more languages, more sounds, and they actually got help from Firaxis on how to make the voiceovers sound like the in-game voiceovers. You know how they kind of have, like, the walkie-talkie kind of effect? Kinda. But it's very specific XCOM sound. And they got advice from Firaxis on how to do that. Like, super cool for developers to be saying, like, this is my game, but I know you guys are doing this super cool mod, and they seem super supportive. I love it. It's genius, and it's really cool. What else is happening? So I've talked about Wasteland 2, Dragon Age, XCOM, Alien. Oh shit, yeah, Alien. So Alien, I still get nervous about sitting down to play it, and I think to this point you guys would have seen pretty much everything, minus maybe one video that'll come up tonight. Yeah. So Alien's really cool. I did 2 stupid things though within Alien. That's a reduction from most series, believe it or not, where I forget a lot of things sometimes. So I think I've been doing much better. We'll get to that in a second. Anyways, so Alien. So Samuels is a synthetic. Didn't know that. Didn't have a clue. Like, there's very vague references, at least in my view, to him being a synthetic, but I had no freaking clue. So yeah, turns out he's a synthetic, and yeah. So, but the other thing is, I was listening to like this audio log, and I made some comment about like, oh, that must be our mother talking to us or something. I was like, our mother's like in like cryo space or something for 15 years or something crazy. Totally couldn't have been here. And then people were like pointing it out, and I went back to watch it, and I was like, yeah, no clue what I was thinking about right there. Clearly on a different planet while I was hearing that audio log. So it's kind of funny. But yeah, overall, it's really cool. I like the game. I like the atmosphere the most. That's the best way to describe that game, is it's just stinks of atmosphere. Like, it's really, really well done. And being chased by that goddamn alien is the worst feeling on Earth. Actually, specifically the worst feeling is when you're getting chased and you kind of dive into, you go into a vent and you just feel like something behind you and it's about to happen, and you get tense, and then I immediately start sweating from like all possible sweat glands, and all of a sudden alien kills me and I'm pissed about it. There was one part recently where the alien killed me probably, I don't know, 6 times, maybe more, like in a row in the same area. And there's like multiple running around, multiple aliens and then androids, and you're just like, holy shit. Once you go through that a couple times, it's less scary. It's more, okay, I know the alien's gonna show up here, so I gotta kind of chuck a thing over here, and then you get through it. But that's only happened to me like once or twice. Otherwise, it's been very on edge, very slow moving, very methodical, and I love it. It's very cool. I'm not a huge like Alien buff. Like, I watched Alien before I started playing it, and that was really all my Alien knowledge. But I really enjoyed the game, and I say enjoyed. I'm not done it, but I do think I'm getting close to the end. We went into the like Apollo core and all this stuff. I do feel like we're getting close to the end. So yeah, it's pretty cool. What else? So what can you expect coming up soon? Well, I'll tell you what you won't see coming up very soon. So Far Cry 4, I'm super grateful that Ubisoft sent me a code for Far Cry 4, and I just haven't had a chance to play it. It's not going to be something I can do as like a full Let's Play, I don't think. Like, I just don't think I'll have the time. But I might do some live streaming at some point just to chill. And if people are interested, maybe I do some Far Cry 4 there. I'd also like to do this War of Mine, if like I do some live streaming. I go through phases where I'm like, live streaming is a good idea, and then it's not, and me, I can't commit to a regular schedule. That's one of the problems with live streaming. And 2, it's like, I think in live streaming you get so many backseat gamers, and it's really frustrating when people backseat game. But there's pros and cons. Don't get me wrong. The pros are obviously the live interaction, which that's the aspect I really like, right? And the last live stream I did, I think, was like a Mass Effect planet scanning thing, where all I was doing is scanning planets, but I turned it into like a Q&A as well, so I could do a live Q&A with people, and I actually really enjoyed that. That was pretty cool to do. But I could do something like that with Far Cry 4 or this War of Mine. But certainly, I've seen some videos for this War of Mine, and it looks really cool. I fired it up and I played it for about 15 minutes, and I was like, yep, this could be fun. Graphically, it looks really cool, and I didn't even get past like the first day or whatever because I didn't have time. But it does look cool, like something I could definitely check out. There's a couple of other games. So Telltale Games, pretty cool guys, requested some codes for Tales of the Borderlands and Game of Thrones. I'll probably be doing Game of Thrones on the channel very soon. It's not going to take very long. I think it's estimated about 2 hours, just over that. With the way I play, it'll probably be closer to 2.5. And then there's also Tales from the Borderlands, I believe is the correct title. And that would probably be live stream material as well. I keep saying all this live stream stuff, like don't don't expect a ton of live streams, but like very rarely I get the inkling, like, you know what, I'm gonna do a live stream and I'm gonna do it in 2 hours, so get ready. Like there isn't usually a ton of advance notice, and people always ask, like, do you do it on Twitch or do it on YouTube? I tend to prefer doing it on YouTube, actually. And I'll tell you why. Like when I am kind of growing this channel, if I say, hey, everybody go over to Twitch, and you're like, okay, so you go over to Twitch, and then all my regular stuff's on YouTube, then there's a separation of content, and to me it's like, it's less productive. It's kind of strange, but I just kind of like housing everything in one place, if that makes sense. I can see, like, from a monetary perspective, I think Twitch would be the way to go. I don't think I actually make any income from live streaming on YouTube. I don't think there's ads or anything. And really, like, live streaming to me, that's not how to, it's not about money. It's just about doing something different, right? And doing something live and less kind of structured in a way. Like when I sit down to do a Let's Play, I really try to get into it. I try to be the character. I try to just handle things how I would handle it in that moment. And I don't really talk about like immersion breaking things. Like very rarely will I say like, oh yeah, something about my computer or my dog or whatever. I try to keep it on point and on task. So if I do live streaming, I can kind of go off task and talk to you guys directly and just chill. It's just a more relaxing thing for me. Except for when I did the Mass Effect 2, I think it was, ending. I think it was that. Yeah, people were pissed at that one. That was fun. Someone died and they shouldn't have. I'm moving on. We don't talk about her anymore. So, yeah, that's a whole bunch of games. There's another game, though, coming out, not coming out, that I will be putting out on the channel soonish. I'm going to say about 2 weeks, probably mid-December. Aliens should be done by then. I don't think I'll have Wasteland done by then. I don't think I'll have Dragon Age Inquisition done by then. So, XCOM, yeah, it's going to be, yeah, I'll be busy. But it's okay, because it's going to be Witcher 2, and it's going to be my second playthrough of the game. It's been a long time since I played it. And I'm going to be choosing Yorveth's path. And I'm actually super excited because I never really gave Yorveth a chance. And obviously The Witcher 3 coming out in February, the end of February, at which point in time, like, all hands on deck to The Witcher 3. I'm sorry, but I will be all over it. Pretty excited about it. I'm going to explore every freaking inch of that world. Like, I'm stoked. I cannot wait for The Witcher. I just can't. I'm even right now talking about it. Like, I just want to play The Witcher 2 right now. I'm super excited. I just love that series, and I'm reading the books. I'm about halfway through The Last Wish, which I had started a long time ago and then I put down. And I've picked that back up and I'm really enjoying it. I've got all of the other books that I'm looking at right now. The Blood of Elves, The Time of Contempt, The Baptism of Fire, all of which I have to go through. But there's a couple of fan translations that I believe occur between some of those books. So I'll download those PDFs and read the fan translations, so I read the books in order. But my goal is to have The Witcher 2 and all of those books read before The Witcher 3. So I'm like fully up to date on The Witcher. Like, I'm stoked and I love that world. It's so cool. That's pretty much it from a game's perspective. I realize it's been 20 minutes of me just like, holy, there's a lot of games and talking about each one. But yeah, so that's the game side. And part of these odds and ends updates, like this series, I don't even know if it's a series. I can't call it a series yet because there's only one. But this will evolve into who knows what. I'm just going to kind of go off the top of my head with a very loose structure. But that's kind of the games portion. I'll talk about some personal stuff as well. And just talk about like what's going on with the channel, and hopefully you guys can weed through the rants to pick out what you want to hear. So a couple other things. From a personal perspective, in my free time lately, you know what I've been doing? It's kind of weird. Like, a lot of people are not... I'll just tell you. I watch a lot of Dota 2 tournaments. Just gonna let that sink in for a second. So, I did this interview with somebody recently who is, she's super cool. She's been around the channel for a long time. Her name is Zia. Probably saying it wrong, actually, but she's too polite to ever correct me. But she's doing her thesis on Let's Plays. Legit. Like, she's doing this. It's a big deal. And she's spending a lot of time developing this thesis and writing this thesis and interviewing people, talking to people on YouTube about their Let's Plays. And she'd asked me, like, something along the lines of, you know, when I'm not recording, what am I doing or playing or whatever? And the idea of Dota 2 came up. And I play a lot of Dota 2. Like, I think to date I have over, let's see. I have over 1,000 games played, just over 1,000. I've got 1,178 hours in the client. And a huge chunk of that, is either me just leaving the game client running because I don't know why, lately I've been leaving games running. I'll come back and Dragon Age Inquisition from the day before is still running. I don't know how I did that. But I spent a lot of time playing Dota 2 and a lot of time watching Dota 2. And specifically, there's 3 tournaments that I'm watching right now. There's the XMG Captain's Draft. If you don't know what that is, Captain's Draft is... let me break it down for people that don't follow Dota, okay? In tournaments, majority of the professional tournaments are Captain's Mode, which means that each team of 5 gets to ban heroes they don't want to play against, and they get to pick heroes that they want to play with. So you go through these alternating bans and picks to eventually end up at your team of 5, and then you go against the other guys. There's a lot of strategy involved, and I enjoy just watching the drafts before the game, because I think that's where a lot of the game is won or lost, to be honest. I think it's really, I just love that stuff. But what Captain's Draft is instead of just being straight up Captain's Mode where you do the picks and the bans, it does a draft of random heroes. So it'll pick out a chunk of, I believe, I could be way off here, but I want to say like 20 to 25 heroes, might even be a little bit more than that, maybe 30. And it picks, it makes your hero pool a lot less, and there's totally random. So sometimes your initial strategy is just not going to work because your hero's not there, and you really have to you have to adapt. I'm loving the Captain's Draft. I'm not sure if I'm explaining it well. If you don't know Dota, you've probably closed the video already. But really liking that. I'm also watching the Dota Pit series, and I'm watching Dream League. Or Dream League's done now, I think. I can't remember. I've just been watching so many. But I don't watch every game in there, and I try to watch like kind of from the beginning of the tournament towards the end, but I only focus on a few teams that I actually like watching. So I like watching Team Secret, I like watching Alliance, I like watching Na'Vi, I like watching what's the other team? I can't remember off the top of my head, but those are the 3 that I'll watch like almost every one of their games that I can, just because I like their play style, and I know some of the players, and it's just kind of cool to follow a few teams. So yeah, Dota 2, been watching a lot of that. Second thing I did recently is last weekend I had my Patreon chat where some of the Patreon supporters, we get together on a monthly basis on Skype, and we just kind of chill and hang out and talk, and it's really cool. Like, I get to know these people. I get to know like their lives, kind of. I think, well, I don't think, I know. I ask them a hell of a lot more questions than they ask me. It's just fun. I enjoy it. And last weekend we ended up having a Skype chat that turned into an XCOM multiplayer battle, and it was actually really fun. We had a super time, and I would like screen share through Skype my screen so that the person that wasn't playing could watch me, and then it was fun. So really enjoyed that, and the Patreon guys, thank you very much if you're watching this video. Anybody that's supporting me on Patreon, that's just like, this really generous of you, and it's, you know, some people throw in a couple bucks here and there, and it's like, it's just nice. I don't take it as an expected thing. It's just like, it's just nice, and I appreciate that, and I don't thank you guys enough, but thank you very much. What else? The subreddit thing, I'm still kind of figuring out. Some people had said that actually some really good ideas came out of the subreddit thing, and some of the ideas were around keeping the threads just to like one per series, and then you're just discussing that series kind of ongoing. The other idea was don't restrict submissions at all. And I think it's kind of tough. Like, my channel's not huge, and I don't think, like, if we did move some discussion over to Reddit, I think it would be dominated by a few people. I don't think that it would, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know how many people are Reddit users and how many people actually like talking on Reddit, but I think that something that would work best right now as a test is to kind of just open up one thread per series and then just discuss anything you want related to that series within there. Otherwise, it would be just a ton of submissions of like one-off preferences or game suggestions or this or that, and then for people that have volunteered to moderate it, it's a lot of work that I don't think they should have to do. So I think if we start it up, it'll probably be one thread per series and then just discuss within there. And I'll be in there from time to time. Like, I got some time to go into Reddit and read that stuff. Excuse me. Weird hiccups over here. And I got time to go in there and read that and contribute where I can. But that is kind of an idea that's not totally fleshed out, but I think it'll happen. I do think it will happen. I think it's a good thing. Other than that, guys, I think that's pretty much it. In terms of how often I'm going to upload this type of video, the Odds and Ends series, I would say once every couple of weeks. I don't think it's going to be like once a week. I think that's going to be too nutty with my schedule. But I think once every couple of weeks is going to be good. And what am I gonna cover? Well, that's up for discussion. If you guys have ideas on things you'd like to hear me talk about, or you'd like my opinion on, then feel free to let me know on these videos. So if you're at the point in the video now where you're hearing me still talk, then let me know if there's anything specific you'd like to hear about. And if there's any like big gamer news that happens before I record these, then I'll try to catch that stuff. But we'll see. It's just going to evolve. Anyways, let me know what you guys think as well. And I appreciate you watching or listening. I enjoy doing this stuff. I'll admit, I kind of get anxious. Like in an uncomfortable kind of anxious to sit down and do update videos. I don't know why. It's weird. Because to sit down and do a Let's Play, I'm like, boom, let's do this. Let's get in there. But with an update video, I feel like, yeah, like nervous. It's weird. But I'm sure it'll get better with time. Oh, the other thing. Oh, what was I going to say? Oh, I was going to ask you if I would ask your opinion on if you think that these update videos should be like a not face cam, because face cam is really like when there's, I don't know. Should it be like a video, or should I do just the gameplay in the background of whatever? To me, I could go either way. I don't really mind, I guess. But yeah, I'm open to suggestions. I'm not saying I'll do either way. Maybe I mix it up sometimes, put my face on there, take my face off. Who knows? We'll see. But thank you guys for watching and listening and supporting the channel. I'm having a super time with YouTube. It's great. And you know, you guys are a big part of that. I mean that. Like, without you guys, literally, I wouldn't be doing videos, because you make videos for people to watch, right? So I'm glad you guys are watching them, and it means a lot to me. As always, guys, take care of yourselves, and we will see you next time. Goodbye.